it's Dr. Mark Hyman. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to go through a few essential tools you need to create health. They're kitchen tools. Everybody needs them because if you're owning a body, like most of us are, you're going to need to feed the body. And if you feed the body, you need the right instruments to get the food made so you can have real healthy food. If you're taking a journey to the Himalayas, you're going to prepare and stock up. You need to do the same thing for your kitchen. Now, not everybody needs all the things that are in the list that's in my new cookbook, the Blood Sugar Solution Cookbook, but you can get the most important things. And that's why today I'm showing you the things that I use every day. These are my favorite kitchen tools that I use every day cooking. First are the knives. They're the most essential. I saved up my pennies and I got the best knives I could buy, and I'm going to keep them for life. I've had them for 10 years. I sharpen them regularly. They're fun and they're easy to use, and if you have the good, best knives you can get, you know what happens? It's fun to cook and it's easy and you're not futzing around with trying to chop things that you can't chop. So my first knife is a knife that's good, also called bread knife, but I like to use it for tomatoes. And it's a great knife for a lot of different resources, and tomatoes are really hard to cut, and these make really nice tomato slices. Second is my Japanese cutting knife, and I use this mostly. This is the knife I use almost all the time. I use it for cutting garlic, for cutting ginger, for chopping some vegetables. And then this knife is a bigger chopping knife. I use this for chopping like lots of vegetables, or I have to chop a lot of kale or do chop parsley, just where I need a lot of chop, 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 chop. I use this knife and it's really fun. And then I have a couple of paring knives which are great for peeling like garlic, peeling onions, chopping little things, cutting avocados, cutting fruit. They're really simple to use and very sharp and very good and wonderful. So I encourage you to get the best knives you can get, along with a couple of cutting boards, one for meat and one for vegetables and fruit. And you keep them separate, and you can use your best knives on good cutting boards and have fun in the kitchen and stay on the journey to health that's going to help serve you and give you the gift of health. So enjoy. Next, I want to show you the basic cooking essentials that I use almost every day in my cooking. And they're just simple things that everybody should have in their kitchen. A soup ladle, very simple, obvious. A spatula, and this is a good plastic one for nonstick pans. Wooden spoons, I would not do without my wooden spoons. I love wooden spoons. They don't damage your pans. They're nice and they feel good to cook with, and they're really easy. I have a pair of tongs I use for picking up things that are hot. I have a really simple whisk. I don't like a lot of mechanical things. Even to beat eggs, I use my egg beater. Very simple, old tools, very easy to use. And I like to have my zesters because I like to have food with zest in it. Lemon zest, all sorts of different zests. And I have a microplane one, which is very small, and a bigger one, and they're both really wonderful to have around. I buy the best tools I can spend my money on because you know what? You have them forever and they don't break, and they're really fantastic and they stay really in great shape. And this is my peeler, which I love to use to peel carrots and daikon radishes and rutabagas and all sorts of things that I like to cook with. And beets, you can peel all sorts of things. It's great to have a good peeler. And of course, I have my garlic press, really simple garlic press. And I like the kind with the little things on the end because then you can kind of get the garlic out of the other side of it. Can opener, very simple can opener. This is a high-tech instrument. This is my lemon squeezer. I just put the lemon in there, squeeze it, and that's it. I have my measuring spoons, and I have my cups. I have larger ones, I have smaller ones, I have some bigger cups as well. So I encourage you to get a full assortment of these basic kitchen tools so you can cook whatever you want, whenever you want, and enjoy the food you like to eat. Next, I want to tell you about my cooking pots and pans. You want to get the best you can buy because they make all the difference in making simple, delicious, easy meals. And they last for a lifetime. I've had these pots and pans, they look kind of beat up. I've had them for many, many, many years. So first I have frying pans, and I have different kinds of frying pans for what I'm making. I have a basic regular frying pan I can use for sauteing. I have a non-stick pan I like to use for things that are kind of sticky. And I have a couple of cast iron pans I use for making frittatas or roasting nuts. I use a lot of this for roasting nuts that make a really nice smoky roasty flavor. And I have a grill pan for grilling as well, which makes really nice grilling on the stove very easy. And of course I have my wok. This is heavy, but it's a fabulous cast iron wok. I got it as a Father's Day present for my kids, and it's a wonderful wok because I can make anything in. I heat it up, I can make Chinese food, I can make stir fries, and it's really easy to clean and easy to use. And it lasts for a lifetime. And then I've got a few other things. I use this as my main stock pot. This is a very simple all-clad pot, and I use it for making rice, for making little soups, for heating things up. It's really easy, and it's a great pot. And then lastly, I have a bigger pot. Now it's sort of a two-in-one pot. It's basically a soup pot, right? on one hand, and it's also a steamer, which is great to steam vegetables. So you can put this in here, and it makes pasta if you make pasta, but I don't make too much pasta. And I steam my vegetables. I had steamed kale today. Very simple, basic cooking tools. You outfit your kitchen, you're set for life, and you can make wonderful food for your family and friends. Next, I want to tell you about a few electronic gizmos I have that are the essential things that I use every day in my kitchen to make food that tastes good and makes me feel good. Now, when I cook, I like to keep things simple. I don't like too many gadgets and gizmos, but I have a few electronic gizmos that I like and that I've used for many years that keep me cooking great meals for my friends and family. The first is a little immersion blender. You don't need a giant blender to cook everything all the time or make sauces. I use it to make miso tahini sauce. I use it to make salad dressings. I use it to make all sorts of things. Soups, you can puree soups. Really easy. All you do is stick it in, immersion blender. Really easy to clean. Just pops off, rinses off, and that's it. Very simple, easy to use. I also have a coffee grinder. Now you think I might drink a lot of coffee, but I don't. I use this for spices. So I put all kinds of fresh spices. I made a chili the other night with ancho chili peppers. They were whole, and I put them in the thing and I ground it all up, and it's really great. And you have to clean it because if someone puts coffee in the chili pepper grinds after, they're going to have problems. And then I have my favorite and my love, which is my Vitamix. Now it's expensive, and you can get a cheaper blender, and that's fine. But I went through about 6 or 7 blenders before I got this one. This has a horsepower motor on it. And essentially, it's got like a 2 horsepower motor, which is used for lawnmowers. So it's great to make any kind of thing you can imagine. It makes soups, it makes guacamole, and I use it mostly every day for my whole food protein shake, which I want you to make, and you can watch my other video on how to make that. So this is a fabulous blender. It's going to last you a lifetime, and it makes things just so easy to blend, and blends up ice, blends up everything. So I encourage you to get a few simple tools: the immersion blender, your coffee grinder, and your Vitamix. So now you've learned what it takes to have a journey towards health, which are the basic essential tools you need to make real food. You need the right pots and pans, the right knives, the right utensils, and the right electronics. And that's it. Very simple. Anybody can get these things. You can get them fairly inexpensively at many discount stores, and just try to get the best you can get, and start stocking your kitchen with real good food, and enjoy cooking with your friends and family, and getting ultra healthy.